you're recording.
Oh, shiznit.
Do you ever do the theme song or not?
You might as well.
You boy, I tell you, fuck it.
See, why do you get upset than just
I'm
stay in it?
I'm not.
Get the fuck out of it. It happened. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Something ain't right.
It's probably got the channel muted on there.
I might. Which one was it? It was
Which
this
one
one.
you put it?
It was this one.
Yeah.
I just turned it up.
Is it playing here?
No, not yet.
Well, how the fuck you... How you gonna get audio if it's not playing? He all worried about me being upset. He can't even concentrate. Hey, can you get some... This is kind of loud. It's the volume on the thing is real loud. We're on mute now. But dog, man, you got a big ass family, man. You got an old school family.
Mm-hmm.
So you got an old school family.
Which y'all just did something or something? He keep bringing up. You got.
Nah, you gotta figure it out.
I'm about to beat your ass, man.
Okay.
I see you getting gray hairs over there, buddy.
For me?
Yeah, what's that about?
That's why I keep my hair short, so you don't
That's
see
how
it.
you what?
That's why I keep my hair short, so you can't see it. A lot of people used to. I saw I started.
Man, fuck what you talking about, man.
Shut the fuck up. People thought that I kept my hair cut short because I was going bald or some shit. I was like, nah, dog, that's not the case. I have a full head of hair.
It's gonna go sooner or later.
Ah, hater. It's just I got a little bit of gray right here, so I keep
It's
it
gonna
cut
get all the way
short.
gray. All right, we finally logged on. This motherfucker finally
35.
showed up after like 20 minutes, and of course to him it's no big deal. But I'm a stickler for time. We should have been on 18 minutes ago. 18 damn minutes ago.
See, now you wasting time. See, you should have spent more time getting this shit right. You would have had to.
Welcome to a spring break edition of Keep It Moving. I'm co-host Mustafa. This is CJ.
Yoo-hoo.
Later at CJ, and of course we got you can hear him, but you can't see him, Mr. Anonymous popping up. We got a lot to catch up on. We just decided to do the show last night just because we didn't have shit else to do. Well, I didn't have shit else to do because I'm off for spring break.
Nigga, I was working.
So that's why you was late? Because what you say, the boss asked you to...
Nah, the vice president of my company asked me to do something.
What did he ask you to do?
Wash the dishes.
No, that's fucked.
What did he ask you to do?
Shiny shoes.
I believe that too.
He's about to clean out the pool.
I definitely believe that he asked you to do some.
Yes, sir.
Go pull his car up and get all the nickels out of his ashtray. get the roller.
Literally, get the lid off.
Make sure his shit is right. Straighten my tie, little motherfucker. Button my pants up, bitch.
Oh.
That's what he had you doing?
No.
Whatever, motherfucker. So, man, it's a lot to catch up on. I mean, I've been out of Chicago for like the last, 6 or 7 months since August. You're now a father.
Yeah, man.
So what's that like?
Got me a nice little bundle of joint, man.
What's his name?
Jackson.
Jackson.
Do you got any viewers?
I don't know. I haven't even gone to the site. Jackson,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, man.
So you didn't want to name him no ghetto shit like Tyrone?
Nah, dog.
Or Rashid?
Nah, dog.
Or what's another ghetto ass name? Fucking
Mustafa.
No, Heather didn't want to name him after that. We didn't want to give it away. Motherfucker. So no, that's dope though, Jackson. Jackson?
No, Jaxon.
So you gave him some ghetto shit, because that's not how you spell Jackson.
Wrong. That's not true. There's 2 different spellings of Jackson.
I've only seen one. I've never seen the way.
Let me guess. The other one is Jaxon.
That's the other way.
Right.
I'm serious.
I've never seen nobody spell their son named Jackson that way.
Look it up. It's really a name.
I'm not saying that the name Jackson isn't the name. I'm saying
No,
that
but if
whatever.
you go on, look at Ryan, looking it up right
No,
now.
I ain't looking
Oh.
at that.
No, it's a name. I mean, it's just it's two different ways.
Does he got a middle name?
Yeah, my dad's name. My dad's name.
Charles. Jackson Charles. So he's gonna have a fucking law firm. Jackson Charles and Associates.
Yeah,
So that's kind of catchy.
That's what he set it up for.
Make sure he's a criminal lawyer because I might need that. Jackson Charles and Associates. We get you money, whether you deserve it or not.
But I ain't gonna be no sleazy injury lawyer.
What type of lawyer you gonna
I
be?
don't know, corporate lawyer or something like that. You ain't gonna be an ambulance chaser.
He done already mapped out the boy's life.
Nah. As long as he's happy, I don't care, man.
Dad, I just
Like
wanna
most
smoke
black
pot.
fathers, why not? Why can't he go to the NBA? and shit?
No, that ain't my tip, man.
Jackson Charles for 2.
This one white lady was like, "That sounds like an NFL player."
Did she really?
She did.
She said that for real?
Wow.
Yeah. I don't. Some people, you don't necessarily. I mean, we're kind of in it, so we have some
Dude, that was some
hypersensitivity.
racist stuff, dude.
But then she said that, or a lawyer or something like that. I mean,
right,
she
after
said,
she probably saw your
Nobody
face,
said
like,
that-
I can't
yeah,
believe
right.
somebody he would.
and then somebody else said that to me. He said like, "Oh, he sounds like an NFL player."
Well, Jackson Charles does sound like some type of lawyer. I don't know. I don't know about
It
NFL.
sounded like
but-
somebody off soap operas.
He might, well, you know what? He does. That does have like a punter name to it. Jackson Charles for a punt inside the 20-yard line. He ain't gonna be no superstar in that. But he ain't gonna be no quarterback and shit like
Because you
that.
don't have a ghetto name.
Yeah, exactly. He ain't gonna be no running back, no
You
wide
have a ghetto
receiver.
name like Cadillac Williams or something like that.
He ain't even in the league no more.
I don't know. But that shows you my limited knowledge of that.
So you're a father now. I mean, is that how's that going for you? I mean, are you excited? I mean, I don't know. No parents is gonna say, "Man, nah, fuck that. I wish I wasn't a parent."
I love it, man. It's probably one of the coolest things that I ever did.
But you didn't do shit but bust a nut. You haven't done nothing spectacular when it comes to the child rearing process. All you did was bust a nut. That's it.
And therefore,
And what?
paying for shit. Hey, motherfucker, gotta eat,
Listen,
right?
man.
Oh, I know I don't be like, oh, I do my part.
No, you do your part.
No,
man.
I'm not saying that you. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, look, I'm not trying to. I'm definitely not trying to take credit for some shit, whatever.
The hardest part is the fact that the hardest part that you did was bust a nut.
That shit is easy.
Exactly. I'm not even gonna pretend like I do much. And my son is 8. All of that shit is done by Celeste. My job is pretty much over to like 11. Then that's when my
Damn, it's pretty much over.
yeah. All I gotta do is like look mean, say some stern
That's gonna be a
shit.
soundbite later.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really have much to do right now. Even like today, like my son, I almost karate chopped him in his throat this afternoon. For of course he has he's on a his own mental clock when it comes to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right? He lets you know. He'll look at the clock like, oh, hold the fuck up, it's lunchtime. That's his body language. Like, motherfucker, it's lunchtime, nigga. I know what time lunch come in. So he'll let me know, like, Dad, I think it's lunchtime. And I was like, all right, cool. So, I was like, all right, well, do you want me to make you a pizza? So I made him a pizza. I do that shit, I could either make it in the oven or throw it in the microwave.
So you heated it up. I thought this thing was like this.
Oh, no.
Mario.
No, hell no. I threw that shit in the microwave for 3 minutes, got it out. I cut it up nice we got the pizza slicer. So I gave him 4 corners, the whole 9. This little motherfucker gonna tell me, I don't like it when it's soft like this.
It should have been cooked longer, huh?
I was like, what? It's just too soft. I just can't eat it. Then he got an attitude because, first of all, I made him come get the pizza. When he came in the kitchen, his face was all scrunched up. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I didn't want to have to get up. I said, Xavier, your mom's not here, dog. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on when I'm not here. Bitch, you better take this plate and go ahead on in the living room. So when I go back in the living room, he laid across the couch and he's like picking at the pizza. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with you, man? I don't like it when it's soft like this. I was like, well, I said, well,
That's how you sound though. I gotta hear.
That's really how my son sounds, dog. I'm not bullshitting. So you know what I said to him? Let that shit cool off. It'll harden up. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's bread.
Yeah, it'll harden right up. Pause. So I go upstairs. I start doing shit for tonight, and I hear him, Dad. I'm like, yeah. It got too cold. Now it's too cold.
It's soft.
I came down the steps and gave him the death stare, man. I heated it back up in the microwave, and I was like, I flopped the plate back on. Now it's soft again. He was mad as shit. He was mad as shit. That's what you got to look forward to. And I was telling Heather last night when I came up to straighten up or whatever, that one of the things that you wanted to get used to, dog, is the way that she do stuff. When you don't do it the same way.
Oh, yeah, I already got that.
Nigga. I'm talking about the kid will tell you, though.
Oh.
I was giving Xavier a bath one time. He told me I wasn't washing him like his mom. I threw the rag at his ass, told him to wash himself. This when we living in an apartment. I was like, what? Mommy doesn't wash me that way. What you talking to? And I threw the rag at him. Wash yourself then, dirty. I know how to wash. You don't know how to wash. So, yeah.
Wow.
Ain't nothing more sickening sometimes than a boy and his mom, man. It just makes me sick sometimes, man.
That's exactly why I kind of want a daughter to give her back the shit that I'm getting right now.
So you think that a woman has a better, it's like the bond is closer with the woman and girl or woman and boy?
Well, women,
when they're younger, it's just different. It's just different, you know what I mean? Like he gonna go with any kid gonna want to go with what's easier, and the mom is always more nurturing and more. And I'd be like, man, this little nigga, and the mom be like, oh, come here, baby, and then you just be like, this some boyish, you know what I mean?
But what I've realized, and I don't know if it's like this with you and yours, is that Celeste beats the brakes off it. Like her tolerance, and I think that's starting to happen now as he's getting older now too. Because first of all, he got a smart ass mouth, just like her, and his mouth, like he say little slick shit. And I'm like, I got the double take. Like, wait, who the fuck is you talking to, man? Like, I gotta catch myself from talking to him like a young, little nigga. Like, who you fucking talking to? And now my face will say it all, and he does this shit. He be like, never mind.
Like, can't wait for this nigga to go back to Chicago.
Like, never mind, then, motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about? Shit. No, it's kind of dope though. I mean, and they supposed to be moving out in August, so me and Celeste were looking for schools and shit yesterday online or whatever. So it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I mean, I don't want to talk about the airtime. What's going on too besides parenthood?
Washing dishes.
So washing dishes for your boss.
Yeah, right. Just just work and more work.
What exactly do you do? I mean,
I can't talk about it too much because it's not fucking. It's
not enlightening. It's not exciting.
I'm not a record label executive, or you know what I mean.
You're not a block hugger.
Yeah,
you're not a party promoter.
Y'all don't want to hear that shit. Y'all don't want to hear about the regular working man, 9 to 5 guys.
You mean 9 to 8:30, bitch?
Oh yeah, that's me.
You said a cloud network or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
You had that incident on the 7 times.
We
talk about that shit.
Damn, dog. You know how whenever someone says something a little bit makes a person uncomfortable, they go like this. They be buying time like, man, move.
Let's move on to the next thing, right? All right, we're gonna move right on to the next thing we shared. One of the first things I wanted to talk about, and it's funny too because I wasn't gonna talk about this shit, and then I thought it was funny as hell. And what made it even more funny is the fact that just the other day. You had texted me about that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like every time we do a show, that's like a big topic. And it's this gay marriage shit.
Yeah.
This shit is becoming like, it just won't go away.
It turned on its head, man. It just turned on its head.
I mean, that's
within almost like the last year, right? The country's view of it just.
Here's something that's funny though, because I don't have a TV out in Chicago. I watch shows and shit online. So while I'm home, I've been, I haven't had no choice but to watch the news and shit like that. And you're right, this shit is like, it's at the Supreme Court level. Like they did a thing today at the Supreme Court when I was on my way up here. They had this old ass lady that was in there today. Her name was Edna or some shit like that, or Edna. And she was like 83 years old. And she had spoken in front of the judges and all that shit. And it's
about being gay?
About being gay. Like, well, her lover just died, I think, in like 2009 or some shit like that. But, they trying to get this whole thing amended, like, in the Constitution about how it says, specifically laws on the books basically say marriage is man and woman or whatever. And even a lot of, obviously with Islam, but a lot of religions and stuff are saying, like, the Bible specifically says this, man and women. Your face is kind of like, dog, do we have to? Do we have to?
Man, I mean, it's just dominating. Then it's an NFL player talking about.
Oh, coming out. I was gonna get to that.
It's just.
I was gonna get to the NFL player.
I mean, the thing is that man, whatever you do is what you do. But why I got to be public news though?
Well, it's public news because.
So should I hold a press conference that I want to have a threesome?
That's what I'm saying.
That, it's
and if love has no barriers and bounds, then you gotta be willing to say, all right, a dude want to marry his sister, a brother and a sister want to get married. But why is that wrong though?
No.
That
it's incest number one.
But
number.
Why is that wrong?
Here's where I'm at.
I could say it's homosexuality number one.
Here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at, and it's like, I ain't gonna take too deep of a stance with it, because personally, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Right. But in the same breath, I don't give a fuck. If they want to get married, let them get married. And
that's how you really feel.
That's really how I really feel. I was like, I'm not gonna be the type of person. Who the fuck I'm not gonna stand in the way between whatever they want to do. I mean, I really don't care. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna say that they shouldn't do it. You know what I mean?
Homosexuality does not bother you in the least bit.
Unless someone's trying to fucking come on to me or something like that, I really don't care. I mean, I do get annoyed seeing the guys prancing around and talking like that, but I get annoyed about a lot of shit. I get annoyed about old people in the
driving.
You know what I mean? It's to the point where I got more important things to be worrying about than this shit. You know what I mean?
My only, I don't want to say beef. My only beef with it, I'm kind of like you. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. If I had my way, sure, we'll have a world full of man and wife, woman and man, or what have you. But it's not affecting my household. It's not affecting my income. You know what I mean? It's not affecting the problems that I have in my house. The shit that bothers me is that it just seems to be so.
Oh, this is where I was going.
It just seems like it's just so in your face.
What I'm saying, it's out there in the face, and it's on the face because they're putting it in everyone's face because they're not getting equal rights. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're not a race. They just somebody that you just a group of people that want to have sex. Like you don't really fit into like
the norm.
But why should our laws be put in place to prevent people from doing that?
The laws weren't in place to prevent it. They were in place before all of this. So it wasn't a preventative law. It's just a law saying that this is what this is what the not just the Constitution, but this is what most, if not all, religions are based off of. And then,
but you keep on that religion. Not everybody. There's more people now that don't associate with religion that do.
But you from the historical backdrop, though.
Right.
This stuff was set up.
You can't say that. The only people that don't want to use the religious aspect is the gay people.
That's not,
because it's not in their favor.
But Moo, this is what you fail to understand. Some people that don't have a religious preference, you can't say that to them, and they may be heterosexual because it does not bother them.
But I bet you it's enough of those people. Hold on. All right, I'm going to take your stance. I bet you it's enough of those people who don't have a religious stance or background, they don't even believe in homosexuality.
Look.
But you brought it up, but now it's not in your favor.
No, you're misunderstanding where I'm getting at. My thing is, you can't fucking use religion as a justification of if somebody should do this or do this or not. That's your shit. If you want to get signed into the religious shit, that's your shit. Yeah, and you can do that. Don't say, oh, no religions, there's no main religion that looks at it. Not everybody conforms to religious beliefs, so that doesn't mean shit to them.
Yeah, right, you keep saying... But the stuff was based off of that in the past.
But based and now is two different things. We're talking about now.
Right, but you're saying that, and I'm telling you that even people that aren't as religious or as whatever, the point that you're trying to make, what I'm saying is they too are probably like, nah, if I had the choice, I probably would go against homosexuality.
So, you're honestly, if you can look at the barometer of where the country is going on this topic, you guys are really in the minority. You know that, right?
I don't.
So the minority in what though?
And people standing against.
I'm not. First of all, I'm not standing against them. I don't agree on homosexuality. But my thing is that if they want to get married, then go get married.
But that's the point. It's not as easy as saying go get married when there's legislation preventing them from getting married.
I give examples. So what about like Muslims and Mormons that want to have more than one wife?
Then you know what? Then they should put themselves out there how lesbians and LGBT people have, and maybe they could get more attention to their cause.
It's not a cause though.
Why isn't it a cause?
It's not because I mean, now you're combining the two.
I'm not combining.
Listen. I'm about to tell you. Having polygamy is not a cause. It's a part of quite a few different religions.
Okay.
So that's
how about your plight? Is that a better word?
No.
Well, pick the fucking word for me then.
It's not a word.
No, pick a word. Because anything I say, you're gonna just go against. It's not a cause. It's not a plight.
No.
What is it? You're what?
You right.
The thing is,
you right.
The thing is that it's just like every time somebody say they gay, it's a whole thing. Like it's just annoying. Like that part of it.
I agree to it.
So what? Are you gay? So what? Can we?
I
move on and do what we need to do?
I think there should be no. I hate fucking homosexual or gay parades. You don't see heterosexuals going out saying I'm straight and having the straight colors and all that.
I give an example. So the company I work for is the most diverse company. Well, they're not diverse, but they preach diversity more than any place I've ever been.
Okay.
And they have these. They have like you can't put up decals, you can't put up stickers, you can't do anything.
On what?
On anything.
What are you talking about?
Like just say in your office, you know, like on the office doors, they'll put up like safety stickers and safety reminders and stuff like that, just like on your door. Okay. So they have one that say this is a diversity zone. Okay. And it's the LBGTQ rainbow and all of that stuff.
But I think they wasn't allowed to do that though.
But they can do that for them.
Why?
Because they gay and they fought for it.
So what if you put up? What if you started like a Black Power group or some shit? Could you put up your stickers?
That's what came up. You know what I mean? So, but it's stuff like that. Like, all right, so what?
Like, gays are almost have as much power as Jews in
this world. And that's what it comes down to. The problem is they have a big lobbying machine behind them, so they can do what the fuck they want to do.
Let me tell you something.
No other group has that machine behind them like the gays do.
Besides the Jews. I'm gonna tell you why I don't really. It doesn't bother me. First of all, the gays always got the fucking hookups on everything. They got the hookups, whether it's legal or illegal. If you need anything from counterfeit money to airline tickets,
I never knew that.
The gays got the hookup.
I never knew that.
Tires.
I'm not gay and I already got hooked up on tires. Yes, I'm like any gays, especially when it comes to clothes and shit. Yeah, they heavy in that game. I mean, heavy in that game. There's a lot of gays that they do a lot of different. They got their hands in the pulse. They got their hands in a lot of shit, and that's that. They do though. They do. I mean, my sister had a friend that was into that shit real heavy, and I mean, I don't know if he's still locked up or not. But
my thing is, just because you're gonna lobby for something, so we're gonna lobby to say that, you know, I can marry a cow. I could marry my brother, and I can marry my sister. Like, I mean, just because you lobby for it, and you know, I should be free to do it. I mean, you could take that mentality and lobby for anything and go as far as you want to go. Right. And lobby it and say you being oppressed or discriminated against because our laws prevent me from doing that.
I think that's what most people, with the exception of CJ, have. Hold on. Let me finish my comment.
I'll appreciate this.
I think most people don't have a problem with the homosexual community. We have our own personal. I'm just bullshit. I'm just fucking. I don't think we have a problem with their community, right? If that's what you. Particularly now, like back then, yeah, it was a big thing. Like, oh no, whatever.
Got some Nazi on them.
But the problem again comes back to the attention that they keep garnering on themselves. It's like we people who are married, who want to be in monogamous, or who want to be freak Jews. Yeah, it is. Hold on. We're not holding press conferences and going to the Supreme Court saying we want to fuck 7 to 8 bitches. Fuck, you know, in Islam it's allowed 4 wives. No, fuck that. I'm gonna have 8. Why can't I have 8?
I got you.
We're not doing all that.
Here's my thing. See, I don't like taking stances on this because motherfuckers like, he must be a motherfucking faggot then. But I love the anyway, what I was getting at is like, you know, 2 points about love and attention and loving all this. That's fucking, what the fuck are these rappers and everybody? They some fags, and if you're gonna talk about that, all these motherfuckers want is people to notice them.
They're doing that for money, dog. That's their
doing that. You got niggas that ain't even rap. You got niggas that. Wait, hold on. I'm not done.
That's dumb.
That was it. I'm not done.
Let me make a point.
Even if you weren't rappers, even if you weren't a rapper, that culture is always like, nigga, see me, nigga. That's why niggas be taking pictures of money and fucking put it on Instagram because nigga, see me. The nod I was gonna drop is people need to come to the fact that the Black African American community has a real problem with homosexuality.
No, it's not just.
Y'all know it's true.
Have you ever been outside this country?
I have been outside this country.
Not to get married.
You didn't have to get married. Nigga, I used to live in England. My dad was in the Air Force. I've been all around the world.
He was like 9 years old.
Well, what I'm saying is that for you to say that it's countries that kill homosexuals.
That's a racial statement.
Blacks got problems with fact.
It's more than black.
It's whole countries that got problems with
fact. But guess what? I'm talking about. We're not having this discussion about gay marriage and everything in fucking Saudi Arabia. We're talking about
Saudi Arabia. What do you kill?
What do you think Catholics? What do you think their stance on homosexual marriage is?
But that's not.
I'm asking you a question. What do you think Catholics?
See, then there you go again.
Answer the question.
I'm not answering these.
We look at a group of people.
See, it's easy to bait somebody in and ask them to ask a fucking question. What a
but you made a statement about all black people having the African.
I didn't say all black. I said the African American community has a stigmatism.
You said the majority.
Is the majority all motherfucker?
The majority means, I got court.
So you don't believe. No, let's take it back for a minute. Let's take it back
for a minute.
Let's take it back for a minute.
I'm listening.
So y'all don't believe that the majority of black people in America have an issue with gay people?
You been to Atlanta?
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
Have you been to
Atlanta? Of course not the fucking gay ones. How the fuck you gay, you got an issue with yourself?
Yo, talk about. My man Barbecue just texted me, he said, tell CJ he look handsome in that hat. Does that make me gay? Shout out to Barbecue for watching. Does that make him gay for saying you look handsome?
See, that's the shit I'm talking about.
It's a question.
Like I said, I don't. That's why I don't even like. I'm all good to have a debate with a motherfucker about something, but you gotta know when to fucking back off. He was cute, but goddamn, he stands for the gays a little bit too tough.
Wait, you want to hear something funny, right? And I don't even know if you're watching, but the guy who used to be the manager for my brother and them, right? D-Maze and shit. Every time I put something on Facebook that says some shit like, if I say like, man, the Eagles doing some gay shit, they not running the ball. He texts me and like, man, you got a real problem with gays. I'm like,
so you know what
the fuck is wrong with you? Like, he'll send me lines and lines of texts like, man, I think you got a gay problem. So now it has become a thing where, hey man, I'm starting to really think that you the fucking spokesperson for the gays and shit.
You know what I hate? I hate a motherfucker if you put something online, they inbox you their feelings about it.
Yeah.
Yo, stop that shit, man.
Yeah.
Have the nuts to just put that comment there. It's fucking sarcasm. Half the shit that people put online is sarcasm. If you don't like someone's sarcasm or their humor, unfriend the motherfucker or unfollow him. It's as simple as that. Don't fucking send it.
That really gets on your nerves.
It does. It gets on my nerves because people take Facebook and social media like it's fucking a reflection of who you are as an individual.
Right.
I think this shit is fucking fun. And it's for jokes.
Well, here
I get serious a little bit, but I like to fucking bust jokes and crack up on that.
The shit that
people think that shit is like serious. Like, oh my god, I couldn't believe that you would believe something or you would tell a joke like that. Shut the fuck up.
This is what I can't stand, and admittedly, I have fallen victim to this myself. Is that when people always want to seem like they fucking Rhodes scholars off of every fucking thing, that shit drives me fucking crazy, man. Like, Facebook is not a fucking university class. It's not a university class. You're not getting credit for it. You're not getting a livelihood for it. So if I put Kettle One vodka is, made in Bangladesh, somebody come like, no, in 1903.
I hate that shit.
Like, I can't stand that shit.
The worst when you driving in a car, somebody's sitting at a desk. Like, that ain't fair, dude.
It's not fair.
They got access to all kinds of they got encyclopedias and all that stuff.
Wikipedia, Google, and all that. I can't stand that shit. Well, and actually,
it's a fucking figure of speech, man.
Right? Oh my god.
Like, no, actually, it was.
You say some shit like, "Did you know that Michael Nutter was once married before?" Actually, he was married 4 times.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Or like, I live in Chicago now. It's like, well, it's pronounced Chicago or some shit like that. Like, shut the fuck up.
Actually, it was a Native American. Blah 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 blah.
God, that shit drives me crazy. I cannot stand that shit, man. People need to just lighten the fuck up. But as far as this gay shit, man, this shit's gonna be a problem. Something else I just heard. Now I got this from ABC News, so I didn't fact check this for those that's watching or whatever. You know, motherfuckers like, no, it's actually 10 states and 31. But did you know that gay marriages is approved by law in 9 states and it's illegal in 30?
9 states.
So the key
They
example.
they don't have a
California voted for that Proposition 8.
Yeah, it's like, and then they.
But they lost the vote though. So you swear it's just the black community?
I'm not. Look, man.
They lost the vote.
A huge gay community.
I'm not saying.
They made the vote.
No. See, you tripping. I never said it was just the black. Everybody knows fucking conservatives don't like gays, man. You know what I mean?
Are conservatives black or white? Are conservatives black or white?
That's a good ass question.
Oh,
you know why it's good? It's because a lot of black people have very conservative views, but they're liberals. They're fucking undercover conservatives. Their views on homosexuality and religion and stuff like that. But then they're liberals.
I don't understand.
So they sound like conservatives.
You know what I don't understand? If you say, listen, you gay, whatever, but if you ask me on personal opinion, like I ain't cool with it. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think that that's something that you should be doing. Why are you a bad person, though? I'm just curious.
A bad person.
I mean, why is it like something's wrong with you, or you a homophobe, or whatever?
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as saying that.
Shout out to my man Booker. He just texted me. Actually, let me retract that. He's no longer my man. The motherfucker's actually my boss and shit now. But he used to watch the show faithfully. But anyhow, he said Catholics condemn homosexuality but protect child molesting priests. Homosexuality is not a nuisance. Some great historical figures were gay, i.e. Alexander the Great. Is that fact that Alexander the Great was gay?
Yeah, I wasn't there. So
if Alexander the Great didn't write that shit and say that he was gay and say it himself, then it was no. You know what I mean?
Because it's rumored that Lincoln was gay.
Well, fuck you could probably say everybody's fucking
I seen
gay.
the movie Lincoln, and if his wife looked as ugly as Sally Field is, that motherfucker was gay. Did you see the movie Lincoln?
You might as well.
First of all, I was
I
was highly disappointed in the movie because I thought they was going to show more regarding how he was killed and all of that. And the movie really was about him trying to hurry up and pass the law to abolish slavery. That's what the movie was about. Right, and trying to get this passed and the process that it took. And did you know that Thaddeus Stevens, I learned this from the movie, so I'm not pretending like I knew this already. Thaddeus Stevens, which was a huge senator from Philly, was a huge, and he was a Republican, I think, and was a huge reason why that slavery bill was passed. But the movie was very educational.
Did you see Django?
Yeah, but the difference back in the day is like the Republicans and Democrats, the party was flip-flop. So right now, a person that is a Republican would not be a Republican.
You know what? That makes sense because a lot of the stuff that was happening in the movie, that makes sense.
That's what the Republicans, sometimes they say we was the original party.
Not y'all niggas that's in there now.
Here's something else that I found interesting that's probably going to make myself sound stupid regarding the Civil War. While I knew that we were fighting ourselves in that war back then, I didn't realize how it was like a big thing, like the North and the South. Like, not that it was a big thing, but
you know how many people died in the Civil War?
A lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
I don't know the number.
I think it was one of the.
I
think it was one of the worst. Vietnam. I think was one of the worst bloodshed.
I don't think it's Vietnam is more than the Civil War.
What goes on to say the reasons gays have so much power is because they do what most blacks don't, which is vote. So lobbyists have to take their issues to heart. The government uses the gay topic to take your mind off of more important issues. Examples: bullshit wars, the economy. Oh, wait a minute, my phone just went back. Hold on, I'm sorry. And a fucked up education and medical system. That's a great point.
See, but no, that's misleading because the thing about gay people is that at the end of the day, like, if it's not like they can be, like they can still go about their agenda and be unnoticed.
Right.
So they can get people in certain positions and they can effectively see, because when just say gay white people, well, they still enjoy the fact of the privilege of being white.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas though black people, I mean, we have issues with voting because we disenfranchised from the whole process from start to end.
Right.
So, like that's kind of misleading, that statement about this is they success. No, because at the end of the day, they can still do what they need to do. They still not they're gay. They're not black. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. And I hate people that try to put us in the same boat, and it's not.
What I can't stand is when they compare the gay rights to the civil rights. That's when I draw the line where it's like I'm ready to fuck somebody up. Because
they could get ready to fuck somebody up.
I'm ready to fuck you up.
I mean, it's definitely no comparison, but there are parallels. I'll say that.
Well, you can say it's parallel with handicap. It's parallels with anybody. Like you making it too general. Handicapped people discriminated against. They had to go through whatever process they had to get the laws for them, get their ramps put in on the corners or wheelchairs accessible, everything. So I mean, you could there's parallels in that aspect.
When it comes down to all that shit like that, I'm not gonna. If someone said, "Hey, why don't you come speak out for gigs or something like that?" Like,
you already been doing it. I'm a pro at it. I'm a pro.
That's the thing with black people. With niggas, they make you feel bad. They like look. Now somehow like I'm fucking a fag or less than a man because I say
you are wearing a Q hat.
See, I don't care. Me personally, in the face of adversity, I'm still gonna believe what I want to believe. You're not gonna fucking just because it's maybe it's not a popular view for a person like me to have.
Well, now it's turning into what it is now is that if you don't say I'm all for homosexuality, then you're be fired from your job. A lot of things can happen.
But you have to see the parallelism between
any struggle.
Back in the day, when white people didn't want to integrate with black people and didn't want to work with. You gotta see that. You don't see the parallelism.
I see the parallel between anybody that's discriminated for anything. Not like it's not just a gay and black thing.
So you do say that they're discriminated against.
Do I think they?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
All right, so I mean, is that fair?
I'll be fair. No.
Well, isn't that a violation of somebody's civil rights?
And
isn't that part of the civil rights movement?
But what I'm saying, no. But the civil rights movement was specifically associated with what was happening at that time, and that was what was happening.
Homosexuality was not a big thing back then. Somebody gonna ask, "Are we sharing drinks?" No, we got our own cup, fag. Look, there must be a fag watching. I'm sorry. A homosexual. I apologize. I gotta be politically correct.
Don't fucking look at me. See, that's why I don't even like having a conversation.
My bad. I didn't want to offend you.
Now I'm the fucking gay one on the show because
nobody said you was gay.
You don't have to say.
You're happily married with a child.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Or is that on a front?
See, but guess what?
Are you Star Jones' husband?
Is anybody commenting or?
Yeah, a couple people commented.
Joy Wash. Joy Wash.
What she said?
That's the truth. They always know somebody. I'm assuming she means homosexual.
Yeah, because they do.
Hey man,
at the end of the day, my heart,
they're not black. At the end of the day,
my heart has nothing but love for everybody. You know what I mean? That's just my personality.
I just be like, man, look, I don't hate them.
I don't hate them.
It's just like somebody.
I'm sick of the agenda.
Somebody, I am. I'm sick of the
agenda.
If you had a friend that you work with and he was a male and he was cool and later you found out he was gay, would you go out for drinks with him?
Probably not.
And why not?
It's like if I had a friend and I found out he was a damn murderer.
No, damn. Now if you're gay, you're a fucking murderer.
Hold on there, Pepe.
That was a little.
You might need that motherfucker if you get into some shit. You don't want to fuck. He done killed 4 motherfuckers.
So no. That was extreme. No, that was extreme. That was extreme. No, I mean anybody that's doing something that I ain't into, I don't hang with them like that.
Nigga, I drank. You wanna hang with me? I drank, nigga. I drank.
Wait. Gays do buy a lot of drinks now. Well,
but I don't go to the bar with you guys, though.
No, you don't.
I don't go to the bar with y'all, right?
But you go fishing with us.
Yeah, I would go fishing. We got that in common.
But you stay on that side of the lake. Don't come in my water.
My thing is, if I had a friend that was a coworker and we used to drink with, and I found out he was gay, I'd probably still go out drinking with him. But I go out drinking with females that I'm cool with, and it's just strictly platonic, and it's just the same thing. Just because a motherfucker,
it's not the same thing.
Just because a motherfucker,
it's not the same thing. Because if a male and a female get drunk enough, you fucking. So what you telling me is, if the both of you two motherfuckers get drunk enough, you fucking.
I don't know if that's absolutely the truth.
What's not the truth?
If a male and a female get drunk, they fucking.
It's highly likable.
Even if there's no attraction.
it's highly likely.
So if you go out drinking with
As my brother.
what's
Who? Precious?
Precious. You gonna hit that?
Somebody will. He might not, but somebody
I'll
will.
probably get my dick sucked.
Boom. Boom. Did you see how she ate that fucking chicken in the movie, nigga? I mean, she could tear some meat up, nigga. Nah, but I mean, it's more likely that a male and a female would have that attraction, whether or not it's there prior to drinking. Once you get drunk,
I don't know.
You're fucking crazy.
I mean, I think that's probably true, but I just don't see the difference. I mean, if you can hang out
There's a huge difference.
with some of your straight, if you can hang out with your straight friend, why couldn't you hang out with somebody that's gay?
I never said. Well, I don't. He didn't say, and I'm not saying that I can't. I will admit that I may be a little like.
I've never been in that situation before, and you know, I'd like to say that I'd still do it, and I really think never would.
As a human being, I don't wish any ill will on them, but I just
fuck no, Booker. Get out of here with that shit.
I just wouldn't hang out with a gay dude.
Barbecue said, "Why is it that most black gay men are so flaboyant, over the top, outrageous?"
See, that's the other thing.
And white gay men are calm.
I hate that, and I don't like. I like if you're gay, just be a fucking dude and just.
But look, why you want to tell them how to be gay? Look at this. Judgmental over here.
Man, pick a side, motherfucker. No, but here's the thing. To me, black gay men are taking that line, are taking that same whatever from black women. Some black women are over the top with how they act. So you got a black man.
My thing.
So it's a black thing.
It is a black thing.
My thing is that
flamboyant is a black thing.
So look,
that's what I was talking, and that's what I was talking about before about this rapper shit. Now it's fucking different.
No, it is.
You caught, motherfucker. No, you caught.
It is different, CJ. What you were saying earlier, you were saying that you said the majority.
I said it's attention.
By the way, remember when we were talking about how people are so intelligent when it comes to Facebook with the majority and all that. Somebody tried to break me down with when I had one time I said the majority, and it became about the fact that I said majority versus all versus a little. Anyhow, but you did say the majority of the black community has a problem with people.
I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about that part we were talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Flashing it. Well, don't bring up the wrong shit.
Right, you got
it. my thing, I mean, it's just my thing is that I think we combine issues. I think that gender identity is one thing, and attraction to the opposite sex is something else. Because
oh yeah, definitely.
So I think that like if you attracted to the opposite sex, that's one thing. But if you a man that wants to be a woman, or a woman that wants to be a man, I think that's a whole nother.
You're still gay,
but
then
I think that's a whole nother set of issues. I mean, and I don't, you know, I'm not no. I just think there's a whole separate set of issues that you need to deal with. Like an effeminate man or a masculine woman is another issue than because you can have one and not have the other. You can have a dude that like to cross dress and he not gay.
Yeah, that's strange.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Or you can have a
boy girl.
That's what I'm saying. Who like dudes? So I think that's why I think it's different issues that we don't necessarily deal with them appropriately.
And hold on. And I think maybe our lack of understanding maybe clouds our judgment with
understanding what?
Understanding if this person's gay, is it cross-dresser, is it this or this or that?
You're cross-dresser, you're gay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
but hold on, but what I'm cross-dress.
That's
like
not
they,
gay.
But they role playing cross dress and they're not gay.
You see, that's what I'm getting at. So I think maybe people's lack of understanding the situation may lead them to judge people unfairly about it. Like, you know what I mean?
So you mean to tell me that a person that cross dresses is not gay?
I'm not saying they do it every day, but that might be their twist.
I'm sorry, you cross dress, you gay. There's no way to get around.
Well, you might get a tomboy. You might get a chick that's dudeish, but like dudes.
Is that so? Girls that like TLC back in the day, remember that?
That was an act.
Yeah, but there was chicks like that though.
Like
that was that style came out.
The Brad I think is gay. I don't even know if she came out. So let me take that back. I don't know if the Brad is gay or not.
That's the thing.
That'd be a rough date though.
You gotta go back to Chicago too. You saw about the Brad Nugget.
I know, right? Yeah, she is from Chicago. I'll pop the Brad though.
You know she related to the.
Yeah, Lisa Ray.
Yeah.
They were like step sisters or something.
Yeah.
Or half sisters or something. Yeah. I didn't know that. And did you know that Lisa Ray was married to some boy who was like owned an island or something?
No, he was a prime minister of Turks and Caicos.
Right, which is a great island right here to visit.
She probably
and
gave too much
you know where
attitude,
he's
though.
at
She
now?
did.
She
did. They divorced
couldn't help it.
Yeah,
probably
but
couldn't.
this nigga got
I'm
he
a
got
black
in trouble
woman.
for money laundering and all that.
Yeah, but okay, cool. But is that the reason to divorce somebody?
Oh, I don't know if that.
Nah,
I
she
mean,
probably was too much of a black one. He couldn't handle
She
all
probably
that black
was.
woman.
And she just looked like she was. Speaking of divorces, did you know that Ice-T and Coco was getting divorced? Did you know that? She's allegedly cheating on this nigga. And he wants his ass and titties back.
that's not gonna happen. He can give her the money back.
He wants his ass and titties back. She's been rumored to have been taking pictures and doing little shit, like posting shit on. First of all, she's taking pictures and shit and posting them on Instagram and Twitter of niggas like all out of pocket and shit. Ice-T, prior to his Law and Order days, he was a little bit of a thug, so maybe he got soft from that Law and Order shit. But they supposedly, I think he just filed for divorce. I just found that out.
You see that show, like you see the kind of people she comes from. She comes from like some like shovel trash type people.
I have no idea.
You ever see like her family, all that? They're all like.
They got a show?
Honey Boo Boo. Yeah, they do got a show.
Oh, okay.
Ice and Coco.
Yeah.
That's the name of the show. And they got this little dumbass dog, this little pit bull. I mean, not pit bull.
They don't have no kids?
No.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I don't think they have kids. No. I have no idea.
I've never seen this show.
I think, as a matter of fact, I think Ice-T do got a son, as a matter of
Probably
fact.
not.
I don't know. But yeah, they supposed to be getting divorced.
Doesn't Oscar De La Hoya wear women drawers or something?
Yeah, who said that?
Chad 84.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think Oscar De La Hoya was caught in some pictures of cross-dressing with fishnet
That's what I'm
stockings.
trying
and
to
all
tell
that.
you, man.
Yeah,
Is he gay? Is he rumored to be gay?
there was rumors when he was boxing that he was gay. Matter of fact, I think his wife or his ex-wife had put some shit out there like, he be acting gay like or some shit. Don't quote me on that part, but I think that there was rumors that he was gay though.
If the baddest bitch in the world said, "If you wear this dress, I'll give you some pussy," would you wear the dress?
Your definition of bad bitch might be different from
I'm
my
talking
definition.
about, I don't know, fucking whoever. Your definition.
The definition of my bad bitch asked me to wear a dress and she give me some ass. Would I do it?
Yeah. Go ahead, take the sip. That's uncomfortable. You gay, nigga.
I don't know if I would.
I wouldn't do it.
I would.
I don't.
If it was just me around me and her, and I didn't go out.
No.
Nigga,
People
sign,
knew.
look,
If people knew.
I like take my measurements.
If people knew though. If people had to know.
Oh no, people had to know. Of course not.
I don't
publicly humiliated. For
I don't think I would do it.
Not even in the fucking bedroom.
Oh yeah, Ice-T has kids, but not with Coco. Well, we got some beef. Somebody said no kids. Then somebody said Ice-T has kids, but not with Coco.
Uh-oh. Here we
I
go.
don't know.
Stating facts, it ain't
I
true.
don't know. So that's Ice-T has kids, but not with Coco. That's what that said.
Yeah.
I don't know. As far as the dress thing, I don't think I would do that. That would be. I can't really get into you got a dress on, trying to be whatever, and then you want to get into the mindset of beating the pussy up. I couldn't do that.
So
But you would.
I'd make it work. I'd make it work.
According to Wiki Answers, Ice-T has 2 children, a daughter and a son. His daughter's name is Letitia, and his son is Little Ice.
What's that nigga government name?
Tracy.
I forgot his name was Tracy and shit. But that goes back to some of the hardest niggas having some of the fucking nuttiest ass names.
Yeah.
O'Shea Jackson.
Curtis. That's Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Oh, O'Shea. Yeah.
O'Shea is Ice Cube. And
Curtis.
Oh, yeah, really?
Curtis.
Right.
Curtis, that's why they took that shit so personal.
Jackson.
That motherfucker wasn't always Muslim and shit. Nah, that's cool. But nah, Chauncey. You got motherfuckers named Chauncey. So what was the boy name from 8 Mile that was all thugged out and Eminem played him and shit because he had like a real punk ass name.
Eminem played him.
Yeah,
you played himself in 8 Mile.
No, he didn't really play himself.
Oh, all right.
What was that boy name? He had like a real bad.
Malik Yo.
Nah, man, Malik Yoba wasn't even in the movie.
Or Mackay Piper.
Yeah, Mackay Piper. But no, I'm talking about the
anyway.
boy in the gang that was like in that little thug gang and shit, and he was like he go to a prep school and his name was like something. I forgot what his name was, but he rapped that shit like he trying to be tough, but his name was like I forgot what his name was. But most thug niggas got punk names and shit. I mean,
what? You know what you know they play New York Undercover on whatever.
Clarence. His name was Clarence.
Oh, yeah.
Clarence. That was the boy name, Clarence and shit.
So the thing I realized though is that it's no black shows like it used to be. Like you had like New York Undercover, you had all them the boy Sticky Fingers and all of them was that. Nah, man, Tyler Perry Jones.
I'm sick of his motherfucking ass. And he got this new movie called Temptation Parade come out. That you know all the chicks want to see this shit. Although that chick Jolie Samaya, or however you pronounce her last name,
that young girl that used to be on East Bayou.
Yeah, she looked kind of hot in the movie though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
What's her name?
Just Google the movie. It's called Temptation or something like that.
Who fucking trying to play movies? It's so fucking whack.
The whole Philly one.
You watch the movie for 10 minutes and you know how it's gonna end.
But that's most fucking movies.
Nah, his movies is the worst, man.
His movies are.
If you watch a movie for 10 minutes and you know how it's gonna end, then why are you still sitting there and theater?
I just.
It's poorly written if you can know how it's gonna end in 10 minutes.
I do.
Wait, Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian is a little dumbass.
Yes, but she probably got like a little nut ass. She probably got like a nut ass part.
He is the most popular social networking president since Zuckerberg or some bullshit like that.
Oh, that's nah. For one thing, I don't watch black movies. We talked about this before. I don't support black movies at all.
You know, I don't support black movies. If a black person happens to be in it or makes it and it's a good movie, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna sit there and
Did you like Django?
Yeah, I like Django.
Did you like Django?
It was a pretty good movie.
I thought
it was too damn long.
I thought it was about time that they gave the slave the hero, man. You know what I mean? The slave had fucking shit. You know, I saw it fucking horrible.
You saw it twice? So you spent 8 hours of your life in that job?
Yeah. I thought this shit was fucking.
It was a good movie. I just thought the movie was too long. Like they should have ended the movie somewhere right when he was being taken to the whatever joint. I thought it was too long. I thought Quentin Tarantino he held on too long.
It was long.
But see, you probably like that shit. Just that dark skin shit that you got.
That's the main.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Right.
Let's be real. You just love the fact that the dark motherfucker got some shine.
With nappy hair and a nappy beard.
Got some shine.
Got some shine, man. That's all I've been waiting for.
What did you think of first of all, we talked about this before. I 100% despise Samuel L. Jackson. What did you think of his character?
I loved it.
My man, of course, CJ loved it.
Of course he did. Acting, motherfucker. Of course he did.
You probably got one of those dials. Acting. No, the movie. So this is the thing about the movie to me. The movie was way deeper to me than what was on the surface. Like I give you an example. The first time the boy could buy his own clothes, what'd he do?
He got flashy.
If that ain't black people, I don't know what it is. Like,
but people trying to say that Quentin Tarantino is racist because of
he might be.
Get the fuck
Did you know
out
he admitted that his mom fucked Wilt Chamberlain?
Really?
During the interview, somehow it came up because his mom used to be real hippie-ish or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, my mom, she knocked off Wilt Chamberlain." Like he said, "My mom was one of Wilt's women," is what he said.
So the thing, wait. Well, see, I don't think we use the term racist correctly. I think that a lot of white people have tendencies that have like based on prejudice and with those undertones. But I don't think they walk around with Klan hoods and nothing like that. You know, based on what they see. I mean, you gotta think about it. It'd be hard not to, based on what people see in the media, on the news, in our culture. They don't understand. Like, so for you to have a bad perception or a negative perception of black people, like I can understand how you could get to that point. Now, I mean,
my thing is,
I don't think I'm not gonna say he's racist, but is he a white dude? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
I think he uses his movie to get away with some racial undertones.
He do, because he cool with black people.
Yeah, here's
the RZA and all like.
And look, taking a step further, I don't know if y'all hip to it, but did y'all read that article in Philadelphia Magazine?
Read the article.
About being white.
About being white and what?
Being white in Philly. Yep.
No.
Oh, this John. You gotta read this.
I think there's a lot of truth to what he said, but I think the problem that he came off as a scared white person that doesn't know any black people.
But truth and what though?
If you're observing stuff, if you go to and people comment about it, if you go to certain neighborhoods, you're gonna see certain things.
Yeah, but that's ignorance though, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
It's complete ignorance.
But I'm saying it's because he doesn't know He doesn't know any black people. He's in his bubble. And
so what was the basis
So
of
the article was
you gotta read it, man.
his son goes to Temple. He drops his son off, and as he's leaving, he's riding through North Philly, and he is like,
he just tears it apart.
He's like, man, like look at the neighborhood,
Then he
look
starts,
at the people.
Then he starts
So he
interviewing people
he
around.
decides to write an article about it. So he goes to places that are becoming
gentrified.
That's one of the other issues. He's going to places that are becoming gentrified, which means that it's places that's up and coming, like Northern Liberties, near Temple, where you got developers moving in and white people moving in with these developers, and you still got people from the old neighborhoods that was there. So he goes to the areas, he interviews people and asks them how you feel about niggas. And they're lazy, they this, they smoke weed all day.
Shocking all.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the only point of view that he portrays in the article. And he puts the article in Philly Magazine and calls it Being White in Philly.
Yeah, and it's written horribly. There's grammatical errors in it. But he interviewed that one white lady that was like, what
the Russian lady.
Yeah, no, she was with the BMW. She was a mess.
Yeah.
I have a whole other thing about issues about white people that are foreigners that come to America. The problem is they just jump right over black people.
And not just economic,
in the class.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're not even fucking from this country. Black people built this country. A white person, the next generation later, them motherfuckers is up here.
My man Kenneth Dean, he said, shout out to him, because I think he goes to Temple if I'm not mistaken, but he's real heavy in this whole genre that y'all talking about. Not necessarily what I'm speaking of, because I know he does work for advertisement companies and what have you. But he said that that article put his son in a lot of hot water down at Temple.
Yeah, the dude.
I'm sure it did.
So
I didn't see. Because all you gotta do is Google his dad's name and figure out who the son is. I don't know if the kid really got in trouble, but it was
I don't mean got in trouble. Yeah, I don't mean got in trouble. I think people down at Temple like.
So then the other thing is that the Philly Magazine has no black people on their staff, no black journalists on their staff whatsoever.
They got one.
No, she's not a journalist.
Well,
She's an event coordinator for them because you read her response.
She wrote an op-ed.
Right, she's the event coordinator, so she don't have nothing to do with.
She don't write articles.
No, she don't write articles.
Well, now that apparently they had like these open forums since this came out with this guy. Right. And now Philadelphia Magazine's gonna work on being more diverse or whatever.
So
I think it's good in the fact that I think that there's some points that he's saying that should be right. People need to talk about this stuff. I mean, it's clear that there's definitely two conversations that go on in Philadelphia or whatever about this issue, and people aren't comfortable to have this conversation. And my resolution to this issue is meet some people that are outside your race and then have some conversations.
But you know the problem, CJ. The problem is that when it comes to race and difference, that basically, and I'm not saying all, but in white culture, if you're different, you're less than. Whereas though,
so you could be of the same race and be different, but be different. I mean,
well, if your culture, it's like if your culture is different, if you come from a different ethnic background, you're not equal to the great white race. You're not. You're less than. Whether you're Mexican, whether you're black, whether you're Indian, whether you, I gotta stop them from talking about other races because I know they talk about me the same way when I ain't there.
Yeah.
Whereas though, it's like I could appreciate different the diversity and cultures and stuff, and appreciate and understand. Look, you're different. Like you different. You like different music. You eat different food, and that's fine. But when it comes to doing what we gotta do, we do that. But when it comes to white culture, is not the same.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that all white people think like that?
No. It's always it's never all.
Okay.
But the people that's that's pushing the agendas.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
The one thing I will say,
everybody else, just take like you go up the Northeast where there's all these Russians. They can talk however they want to talk. But a black person say something wrong and is ignorant, is ebonics, is this and that. Any language has different dialects.
That goes back to what you just said, though, about the foreigners come over here and they jump us in that class of...
Right. Because
it's all about image. It's like you can't look at somebody from Czechoslovakia know they're from Czechoslovakia.
Right.
And I automatically start judging them based on how they look. They're fucking white and they're in America.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
And so their kids end up getting opportunities. I say if I'm white and I'm fucking straight off the boat from Czechoslovakia or whatever, my kid, he's going to school. He's American. He's not going to have a fucking accent. You know what I mean? He's going to school, getting busy with his shit, academically, his achievements and everything. Nobody knows that he's one generation from being here. Black people don't have that luxury. You carry your skin color with you. You black, your kids is black, and they going to school black, and they're going to get judged and whatever like that.
You said the son was named Nick. Here's my question regarding white
fucked
folks.
up.
I think the white folks that's in that minority that don't think like that are, however, because I can't think of another word. I think they're ignorant to the fact of what's really happening.
Well, you know,
because it don't affect them, though.
But you know, the big...
Even when they're on our side, though, even when they're like, you know, I don't think like that about me. I think they're not really...
They don't think it's real,
But
man.
what
right.
well, this is what they don't understand. Even though that they don't think like that, they still benefit from it.
Oh, yeah, they
both
do.
sides.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
it's easy to be like, oh man,
Well,
no, I don't feel that way,
yeah.
but
They get the best
but they don't shun the stuff that's coming their way.
They not whistleblowers. They not saying,
You know what I
hey
mean?
man, you know, don't like that ain't cool.
Yeah.
Or they not, you know,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Anything that's different, you know, it's like any language has different dialects by the different groups of people. I mean, if you go from North Carolina to Boston, it's a different dialect of English.
Right.
But the dialect that we speak is ignorance. Is ignorance, is hood, is ebonics, is
Right.
lack of intelligence.
Right.
But anybody else have a different dialect of English is okay, you know. Or the food that we eat, or anything that's related to our culture, whether it's our hair or any of that, is less than. But it's really not. It's just different because we different, and I think that's the problem. Like we try to act like we all the same, and it hurts us. We're different.
But you're right.
And it's not bad to be different though. That's all my kids. Different don't mean.
But you know the big problem is in America, foreigners assimilate to American society, and black people just don't.
Yeah, but they always keep their foreign identity.
They do,
always
but when they go places,
well, they can do that because they're white.
But no, Indian people,
Well,
Chinese
not-
people, Japanese people. They you gotta give me this one. When they come to this country, they fucking go to American Eagle Outfitter. They dress their shit, and then they go, and they're Americans. You know what I mean? If besides maybe potentially having a slight Indian accent, their culture is no different than a white person's culture. Like how the music they listen to and how they get down or whatever.
But that's what they.
But black people don't do that, and that's what.
But why would she? Why should we have?
I'm not saying that you have to do that, but the point that I'm trying to make is they play the game, and the game is working for us. We don't play the game, and it's not working for us. So you know what I mean? It's like,
well, see, we're so used to trying to buck the trend, or always trying to be
we can't
the
play the
victim,
game because no matter what.
But the Indians motherfuckers is darker than us.
Yeah, but they don't.
Indian
But they not.
Yes, there is.
It's not darker than his ass.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I ain't never seen.
So tell me the truth. Tell me the truth.
This Indian's dark like me.
There's Indians darker than you.
This is the thing. But guess
you ever
what?
heard of Sri Lanka?
They dark like me,
Google
but they not
people from
black.
Sri
They not
Lanka.
Africans. They not black.
African, but they're still
They
dark.
not black
Still
though.
dark.
That's the thing. Like you gotta like.
Yeah, I understand, but you gotta admit that they still dark and they're not white.
Because they don't look at them like they not niggas.
But I'm telling you, it's because they assimilate to the American culture.
No, it's not. We're here.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying there's anything wrong with it. I love hip hop. I love the hip hop
culture. No, it's fine. Like,
but you have to understand that shit is not fucking cake in America. You know what I mean?
It's not.
It's not cake in America. You know
I mean, they think Mozart's a genius. We think Biggie a genius.
That's what
you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
but it's not even a comparison.
Do lyrics. You know what I mean? Like, man.
But it's not even a comparison.
Right. So.
But that's that constant struggle, man. You know what I mean? And you don't want to let go of your identity and who you are and you know where you come from. But at the same point, you want to be able to play the game a little bit because you want to be able to get certain things.
Dude, listen, I know. The majority of time I'm not around people that look like me at all.
Oh,
the majority of the time I'm not around.
Only time I see black people is when I come.
Well, I guess fortunately for me, I am. I mean, I
work in a correctional school.
It's not correct. Yo, don't talk about my school, dog.
Yo, he love that joke.
Don't talk about my school, dog. I love my job, dog. No, it's crazy too because the other day I had a what you would consider a what is it called in the real 9 to 5 world when your supervisor want to talk to you? What is that called again?
On the carpet.
A performance evaluation.
Not a performance evaluation. In our model, we call it a confrontation, right? But so I had a confrontation with my supervisor the other day.
Aggressive.
Right. I thought so too when I first started, but no, confrontations in our model was not bad. The little slogan is confrontations is not meant to hurt; they're meant to help. So I had a confrontation the other day with my supervisor, or what have you, and damn, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Shit, that's some shit because you had just said something about
being around people that don't look like.
No, it wasn't that.
It wasn't that.
I say you go to correction. You work at a correctional school or something.
Yeah, you did, but I can't remember what I was about to say.
So what was the confrontation about?
Oh, the confrontation was about because some of the kids that we work with, they are. First of all, we have those are my glasses. I thought I was gonna leave them. They are some really I got
glasses. You need a teleprompter over here or something?
No. Like I really can't. Like my eyes are really kind of fucked up now. I've gotten some glasses now and shit.
They're not reading glasses?
No, I had to go get a prescription for them.
You should be right.
Yeah, I know. I should have.
You know your eyes get fucked up more when you know.
Shut the fuck up, CJ.
I thought he had a watch in here.
Thomas.
Some shit. No, so anyway, the kids that we work with, first of all, the majority of them are some really good kids, man. We work with some. We have a couple kids that they just need that guidance, basically.
So what type of school is it? Is it school for kids that are fucked up or what?
I wouldn't say fucked up. It's a school for kids who are.
How do they get to that school?
By getting kicked out of another school?
Or by wanting to come to that school, because we have. Listen, here I'm about to tell you because what we offer in the school is we offer double the credits that you would get in a normal high school setting. So that's kind of a plus.
Sounds like a free ride.
I'm gonna go to the welfare school.
Nigga, you ain't
I just double the credit. I just had to miss the move all day.
No.
They do Harlem Shake.
No, they get work. It's some hard work. We got this one teacher, Miss Abrego, man. She in the ass with geometry and all that other shit. Anyhow, the school is for kids that's. I swear to God. I swear to God. The school is for students that are overage and undercredited, right? And so
that I failed 3 times. The 21 and in the 9th grade.
And we don't classify the grades, dog. We classify them by how many credits they have.
You just go there.
Self-esteem.
You just go there. Like,
who grade you in? I don't know. What grade you in? I
just go there.
I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know.
Yeah, stop. Nah, seriously though, the kids, they get to school like they would any other high school by bus. Their parents drop them off or they walk. I mean, some of them live in the neighborhood and shit. And some of the kids that go there, of course, the majority of them that go there are like, they come from that gang mentality. More than half of them are gang affiliated. More than half of them. The problem is, for me, is that I look at some of them and I see a lot of the issues that they be having with one another, and even some of the issues that they have, like as far as like they don't want to be in class for whatever reason. Make no mistake, I wasn't a great student in school or whatever, and I understand because I hated school as well. But a lot of them, I just sit and look, it's like, hey, y'all some pussies, man. Like some of the shit that they be doing or whatever. So I had this one interaction with a student who was kind of like, he was acting out or whatever. And so my job as a behavior specialist is obviously I have to, if I got to pull them out of class, I got to get them right and get them back, quickly back to class. And he came out of class and, so he was walking down the hallway. I'm like, dog, where you going? I'm like, where you going? And he was like ignoring me. And I'm like, yo, and I'm calling his name like, yo, where you going? Yo, where you going? And so finally he flung around and then started like beelining back to class. And so like the whole interaction was just like strange. And I'm like, well, what the hell? So maybe I thought maybe something happened in the class. So I go down to the class that he was in, and I poke my head in the classroom to see what was going on. They're watching a movie. And so I'm like, well, so I called him. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Why was you coming out the classroom? Why you walking down the hallway? Man, fuck it. Man, fuck all this shit. And I was just like, what? Like, what is going on? So I go, man, stop acting like a baby. Man, stop acting like a little pussy. Why you acting like a little pussy? And he got livid. Like, he's like, man, and he started going back and forth with me. So I was like, you know what? All right, cool. So I closed the door and left him in there. I go back to the little, my little area or whatever. And then like 2 minutes later, he now storms out of the classroom and now he wants to leave school altogether.
You tie him up and call him a pussy.
And so, long story short, I got confronted because of the way I talked to him. However...
So you snitched on him.
Well, yeah,
are they supposed to be gang affiliated?
Of course he snitched on me.
Stitches?
Right, of course he snitched on me. But, I mean, the initial confrontation that I had with my supervisor, at first I was a little like, you know, I'm in my bag. Like, well, hold the fuck up. Like, not just him, but students all the time. Like, we have these whatevers. Now of us, and we all kind of, and I hate because we get on the kids about this. Like, just because you got in trouble or you're getting confronted for something, you know, I hate when the kids be like, well, she ain't say nothing to him. Right. So I didn't want to be that person while I'm being confronted. Like, well, dog, we all talk to the students like that. Right. So I'm taking this confrontation, but I'm not gonna front. It was really annoying me, and I have already made my mark as like, you know, when shit is like when I got something to say, I'll say that shit. Right. But the thing that I like about the job is we all respect one another's opinion, and we really do. You know, long story short, he was giving me feedback and you know, kind of getting on me about how I, you know, talk to the kids, particularly with these kids, and how I got to know when to spin it back from the aggressive, you know, talking to them or whatever. And I just was kind of, you know, I was a little annoyed by it.
Did you make that face?
I did throughout the entire.
So they probably know, like, this dude ain't even listening to me.
No.
Yeah.
Probably so.
right.
Probably so. But I was listening because he was able to spin it back. My supervisor was able to spin it back and tell me basically how I could have spun that back. So after a while, initially, as when you're being confronted or whatever by your supervisor, you really don't want to hear that shit because you don't feel like you've done anything wrong. But he was able to spin it back to me. And the thing that I found very interesting about this is that my supervisor is 9 years younger than me. And even when he talks to me sometime, admittedly, my first thought is, nigga, I'm older than you. The fuck was you talking about?
But that don't mean nothing.
No, it doesn't. You're right, it doesn't. But he's always able to spin it in a way where it's kind of like, yeah, I understand more. You know, you older than me, and you might have more life experience than me. But the end all, be all is that I've been working in this particular position a lot longer, so I understand. And so it's kind of like, you know, checkmate, nigga. So, you know, all this shit, I'm like, man, fuck that, you know, It's kind of like, you right, bro. So, no, but the job is cool, man. I really, really like the job.
No, actually, a friend of mine, he's getting his doctorate. And one of the things that he wants a school where basically the grade, like that whole thing is kind of like out the door.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when you were saying they don't have really grades.
No, yeah, they don't. They yeah. I mean,
it's a theory. It's a theory behind that.
Well, there's a.
It is. Yeah,
because there's a school. I know somebody that went to the school in New York. I don't know the name of it, but they're not. They don't do the grades. They don't do the grade point average or whatever.
Right.
But what's his name? Who's the guy that the old
you got
Al Pacino,
the welfare school and shit.
Al Pacino sends his kids to these schools. A lot of celebrities send their kids to the school in New York, and the kids when they graduate, they go to Yale, they go to Brown, they go to NYU, but they go to Penn, you know.
Right.
So it's a real good school. But if you ask a kid who graduated what their GPA is, they don't know. They can't tell you what their GPA is.
I think it's kind of cool the way that it's set up in a way. However, when the kids do realize or they find out, you know, how many, because we have some students that's like 16, 17, 18 years old. They come to the school with like 6, 7 credits, and you know,
6, 7 credits to graduate
towards their graduation, because you need 24, I think.
I thought it's not 32.
No, I think it's 24. And I don't know if each state is different. I forget how many they need, but they get them. Believe me, we don't cut no corners because we're contracted underneath the Illinois CPS, underneath their meet their bylaws of their school system. The CPS is like the Chicago public school system, whatever. And that's their acronym CPS.
It's different, man. Cause like, my kids go to private school.
Really?
Yeah, so
that's a grip, though. I know.
Oh yeah, it's a grip. It's unbelievable, ungodly amount. But like they don't. I mean, they get grade. Well, they don't get grades. They get like evaluations though. They'll be like if they're strong in it or not, basically. So It's not like A, B, or C or whatever. It's like, and then for the younger ones, it's like if you're on the level like of a 4-year of the whatever percentage of 4-year-olds or not, but like they don't. I'll be like, man, I'm paying all this money. I need to see more homework come in. You know what I mean? But
that's the one thing, we don't send homework home.
But they not they send home letters and stuff.
No, not just that.
And they just like, listen, like we're not teaching memorization. Like we teaching like idea, thought,
that's the thing
stuff,
that
creativity, stuff like that. And that's something that's seriously lacking in public schools, creativity.
It is because if you've ever taken an IQ test or anything like that, problem solving is what your intelligence is based on.
Right.
You can't say what's 10 times 10 or what's the capital of this. That's not intelligence. You're being a parrot. Somebody's telling you something, you're repeating it back. So if you go to law school, like, well, it's such and such, such. Well, it was. That's not intelligence. You can remember something and spit it back. Intelligence is giving us algebra, math, all that. That's intelligence because you're able to take this information and problem solve.
Right.
That's why math is always the hardest subject because you're problem solving, and that's what intelligence is based on.
Here's the complete flip side to my school though. While we got some kids who are like gang affiliated, these same gang affiliated students, and both of you may believe this, may not believe this. Some of these kids that's gang affiliated are overwhelmingly intelligent. I mean, sometimes it blows me away because I'll look at a student who comes in and they ganged out or they thugged out or they whatever, and you make that decision of not decision, but you make that judgment right off the rip, like he ain't no real thug, or this guy might be kind of thug, and they are like smart as hell. And because we had this one student right before we came home, this one teacher. Who's like my favorite teacher, right? He teaches world history. He had this one student come and do a test. Now, this kid shows up to school once, maybe twice a week, 3 times if you're lucky. And so he had to take a test. And he took this test and banged this test out, and I think got one of the highest grades in his period class. And the teacher was so impressed by his responses that he brought the test and showed me, like, yo, this is what I was actually looking for in responses from the students versus 1-word or 2-word answers. And he had gave, like, 3 or 4 sentences to each question that he asked, and it was mind-boggling. Although a lot of their grammar and stuff is kind of way off, but a lot of these kids are really, really smart, man. And I don't see Chicago, to be honest with you, as no different whatsoever than Philly. Not at all.
Well, I mean, it ain't the intelligence factor.
I don't even mean the intelligence. I just mean overall.
No, I mean just for the kids in general,
right.
Man. It got to be a combination of home life, school life, and recreation.
Right. It's in my opinion, it's also has to deal with consistency, sticking with something.
Right.
I mean, that's the one thing about college. Like college really. What does college teach you? A lot of what college teaches is just the consistency about sticking with something and working towards a goal and accomplishing a goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With these, not a knock against the kid because I think that's great for him, but he needs to learn that he needs to come to school. He can't think he's this smart kid that can come twice a week.
No, actually, I don't think he does. And I hear what you're saying, and I totally agree. I don't think he thinks that. I just think that
and I don't know what his life situation.
Right. I think his lifestyle just kind of dictates that. Yeah. That's what happens to be. I don't think he thinks like, oh, I'm too smart that I can only show up 2 or 3. I don't even. No offense to him at all. I don't even think he's smart enough to even think that. Like, oh, I'm smart enough that I don't even have to come. For 2 or 3 hours.
Did you see this joint called Snow on the Bluff? You saw that? You seen that movie?
No.
What'd you think of it, CJ?
It was alright. It was supposed to be 2000 whatever remake of what's that? Sonny Carlson, whatever that. You know
Nah.
It was pretty. It was. I mean,
So
it was the drug
no, the
dealers
joint
that
is
tried
real.
to-
No, it's real.
Yeah,
Like you can look it up.
they robbed somebody and took the camera and
yeah.
they started recording it. It was. I mean, it's definitely.
To me, it wasn't even like it was a good movie though.
What was the movie?
So basically,
drug dealers robbed somebody and they took the camera and they just recorded the whole life. Like,
so the boy was
about
like
to get pregnant, people getting shot,
like robberies, all that, and it's
This was like a documentary type thing.
So
real?
it's kind of
in Atlanta.
so it's kind of like a documentary, but it's not narrated.
Okay.
So it's weird. It's not
So
like
was it a true story?
it's a true story.
Okay.
It really happened. The dude is still trapping in Atlanta. Like they had to react some of the parts because the police was getting involved because it was kids involved in some of the crimes and stuff like that. So they couldn't show it all. But basically, he just took it around the hood, like the grainy gritty part of the hood. Like his baby mom got murdered. Like I mean, so my thing
looking for him.
They looking for him. Like, but this all real. This is all like you can look up the case. Like the boy really got locked up. Like all of this stuff.
And they like straight down south country.
Like straight. But the thing about it to me is like people need to know it's real like that. Though. Like that's why, and it don't make the dude look like a hero. Like I don't feel sorry for him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it ain't glorifying none of the
No, it's not. Actually, it make you think. Why would you waste your time doing that shit and you're living like that? Cause and truth be told, unless you saw something I didn't see, they wasn't really getting no money.
No, the boy still. He got a couple YouTube videos. He's still like.
Yeah,
so
they wasn't making no money.
So
struggling.
So the boy after he got out of jail like the second or third time, he called up just a regular editor. He found him in a phone book, called him and was like, "Yo, I got all this footage. Can you edit and make a movie out of it?" And that's basically all.
So he didn't even get paid for that movie.
I'm quite certain he got something.
He got something
on Netflix, so you know. What I mean?
It's on Netflix, but so I found out who one of the people that put the money behind it is the boy Omar from The Wire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like but it came out later that he was behind making sure that it got finished, like with the money and all that.
Gotcha.
But the joint is like raw. It's real. It's like kind of probably like how they did that Blair Witch Project.
Okay, yeah.
How it's from the whole movie shot from the camera, but the stuff that the boy Omar from The Wire, he basically said he was behind it because basically all the stuff that's wrong with black people is right here in this movie. Mm-hmm. That joint's serious, like it's serious like that. Like so when the baby mom died, he got a 2 or 3 year old son, and he was like, "Yo, you a man, stop this crime." Like how you saying, you know what I mean? So the joint is dope though. It's dope, but it's not a good movie though. If you're watching it, like yo, this joint gonna be entertained.
You have to be able to look at it.
What made y'all decide? Both of y'all decide to watch?
It's on Netflix.
I don't know. It came up and I constantly saw it.
Same thing.
And then I was like, "What this shit about?"
Yep.
And then I watched it.
I told my people to watch it. She was crying.
Yeah, it's.
But
you
got people in Atlanta, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to look at it in a different way. You can't just look at it. I'm just gonna watch this for entertainment. You have to kind of like.
Yeah.
You
That's what I'm
put
saying.
your mind-
What made y'all? Because did you initially think that you were going to be entertained?
Actually, I stopped watching it at one
Twice
point.
I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it started off.
If you can't get behind the ratchetness,
just the premise,
the
like
ghetto.
If you think you're gonna be, if you think it's the best thing about it is that it never comes off like a movie. So you always feel like it's real. So like you know how Boys in the Hood, you watch Boys in the Hood, you're like, yeah, this really happened. But it's a movie to you the whole time.
Yeah.
Like this not a movie, and it's not like good. Like it's not like great. It's no acting.
I never even heard of it.
So it's called Snow on the Bluff. There's no acting in it. I mean,
no, it's no acting.
But my thing is that I think people should watch it to understand like this is how people really live.
But you have to watch it with the understanding of knowing that
it's like a conversation.
You can't watch it and being like. You have to have a certain amount of intelligence to watch it in a certain.
Oh, somebody want to know the name. So the name of the documentary is called Snow on the Bluff.
Snow on the Bluff.
Yeah.
Snow on the
You have to
Bluff.
be a certain age, and you have to have a certain amount of intelligence already to watch it without getting trapped into the selling drugs, the trapping, and shooting up people and stuff like that.
A lot of young kids or a lot of people won't want to watch it just for that, though.
And but it don't glorify, it don't.
It doesn't glorify.
Nah,
it,
it don't,
it,
man.
It don't glorify. But
you don't feel like he's not a decent character, but at the same time you don't feel sorry for him because it ain't like he ain't in no turmoil.
I don't know. Did they ever kill anybody? They still were shooting at a whole lot of motherfuckers, man.
I mean, John,
doing drive-bys.
The boy.
How come? Based on that, I mean, that's evidence. How come based on that he didn't get prosecuted for something?
He did go to jail
Because of that.
In the shoot, after the shooting, he went to jail.
I saw, he went to jail after the shooting.
But yeah, the John is real interesting though, man. It's like, I mean, like I looked it up. His baby mom got murdered. You know what I mean? Like, John's crazy. Like he shot somebody's baby mom.
Killed her?
I don't know if he killed her.
He didn't do it. Did he do it intentionally?
Yeah, remember he went after him. He just shot up the crib, and then they came after his baby mom. But there's one line in the movie that's so deep, right? So the boy says, so after he get out of jail, before his baby mom die, before she gets shot, he like, well now you out, now you can do things, the right way. And he like, well, what's the right way? She like, the right way. He said, well, like get a job, da da da. He said, well, ain't no right way, ain't no wrong way. It's the I need way, and that's where people be at, man. Like they.
Because I think Trump said he was going to
come up.
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know. You got your headphones on? I've never seen the movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen the movie.
Yeah, but the John, it's not like if you think you're gonna be entertained by this great movie, not. Like it's not an entertaining movie. So.
Oh, okay.
But
Interesting. No, I never seen it. I was trying to post the link in the YouTube joint, but I couldn't. I mean, in the YouTube joint, but I couldn't.
Oh yeah.
It wanted to be posted. It's called Snow on the Bluff. It looks. Somebody said they're gonna try to keep it out tonight.
Yeah, it's real though.
Oh, that's Kaji. What's up, Kaji?
But I mean, but just like them kids you deal with, I mean,
me personally, I do feel like we are making a huge difference out there because a lot of them kids, we got this one young boy, right, who was like he in it, but when you see him, when you talk to him, he's such a thorough young boy, right? He's not in class, acting all tough. He ain't in the school acting all gangstered out, and he ain't making a whole lot of noise. But you watch the kids and how they react to him and how they talk to him. And he got so much respect in the school. And he a thorough young boy. And it's just one of the young boys at the school. We just had kind of got back on the subject of one of the, just the school.
So the school started by Tyrone Crider?
No, the school was not started by Tyrone Crider. The church that we are affiliated, that the school is connected to, he's the pastor of that church.
Oh, okay.
That's the one thing about our school. Excuse me. That's the one thing about Chicago, rather. How every corner out here is a Chinese store. Chicago, every fucking corner is a church.
Oh, yeah.
And not no punk ass church. I mean like a mega church.
Yeah.
Huge, at least 1,000 member type church, almost on every corner. And Pastor Crider is first of all, he's a cool ass dude, and he's the first cousin, I believe, I think it's the first cousin. I know he is related to Doc Rivers, is his cousin, the basketball coach.
Okay.
But the church he got a big ass church. He's a pretty well known pastor out in Chicago. He's into a lot, he has his hands in a lot of stuff. I mean, he's on the board of the CTA out there, the Chicago Transportation Authority or whatever. He's a pretty affiliated dude or whatever. Now, churches out there is kind of like the mob out here in Philly and shit. Like them churches is big money out there. Big money.
Churches is big money too.
Something else I didn't know. I didn't realize that. We talked about this last night. I didn't realize that Chicago was like such a big city. It's like the top three. Now it's number 3 now. I think.
It's
New York, LA, and Chicago.
Yeah, it's number 3.
And I didn't know New York was over LA. I thought LA would be bigger.
Man, New York is ridiculous.
LA has more
space. Yeah.
But the thing about New York though is that the boroughs wasn't always part of New York City.
Yeah.
So when they added like Brooklyn, the Bronx,
Got you. See, I didn't know that.
and all that,
Yeah.
kind of. But just like Philly wasn't always like they added like Mania, like all these little neighborhoods was actually their own boroughs around Philadelphia County.
I didn't know that.
So
I did not know that.
And this used to not even be Philadelphia back in the day.
yeah, like this
It used to
wasn't.
be Germantown.
It used to be Germantown Borough. Like they had their own little.
So they wasn't even affiliated with Philly.
Nah, nope.
Wow.
Most of the areas, most of Philly was they consolidated. Like it was the problem was it was just too many boroughs, too many different police and stuff like that, and they consolidated. I mean, this was a long time ago, but they consolidated though. But yeah, Chicago, I mean, they got a big Hispanic community in Chicago.
They do.
Man.
And something
Like they got
about Chicago.
FM.
They do. They have
Hispanic
a
radio
very
station.
Big, very big, very big. Something else about Chicago, which may or may not come as a surprise, right? And when I give the description I'm gonna give, I think black people are more, and probably rightfully so. Chicago is a very, very, very segregated city.
More what? Black people have more what?
More racist than white people out there.
Prejudice.
More prejudice. They, it's crazy, but it's a huge segregation out there. I mean, it may come as a surprise, it may not, but I mean, more abnormal than probably what we're used to seeing here in Philadelphia. I mean, it's crazy. Even like out in some of the suburbs and stuff like that, it's ridiculous how segregated it is out there. How prejudiced it is out there. I mean, you liable to be sitting down next to somebody and be talking, and he might call you a nigger. You may not even think there's nothing wrong with it. Like, hey, nigga, what's going on
It's
there?
like being in Roxborough.
Like, what the fuck you talking about? Who you talking to, motherfucker? Oh, did I say something wrong, guy? You know how white people got it. Yeah, so it's like that type of racism. But I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, we're gonna move along to another topic. One of the topics I want to talk about real quick before we go is the Pope. Right? Did you know that the Pope had admitted?
Admitted what?
That before he became a Pope, like he was like, not that because it's always a rumor that preached and all that like gay and shit. But, like he admitted that like he had a thing for chicks. Like he was like lusting. I don't know if it was like he was lusting after them, but like he had like not me fucking him, but like he was like lusting after them and shit.
Yeah, I heard.
And he was saying that he thinks I may not be giving the quote correctly, but he was saying that he thinks that it should be like some type of thing where they're allowed to kind of be married or
Well,
what.
it's his decision. He's a Pope. He can change it.
Do you think it'll be a big deal if he changes that shit?
I think it should come. Because then maybe we'll start.
What's his name? Pope
Pope Francis. No, Pope Francis. Pope Francis.
They said that he became a Pope when he got dissed by his high school sweetheart.
He became a priest or whatever.
He decided to get into the.
For real? So just that one piece of pussy turned him out?
Bitch broking. Bitch broking.
That's fucking crazy.
Man, fuck this pussy shit. I'm going to God.
Oh wait.
You see it?
Pope Francis he's been tempted by women.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be his motherfucking downfall right there.
He could get caught up. He is
gonna get caught up. He's gonna get caught up.
Have sexual relations
with
he
that.
Get one of them finance nuns. Cause there's probably some finance nuns out there.
It do be some finance.
There gotta be someone that's like
some of them young
22 years old, just
some
decided just.
Some of them young bitches. So I wanted to do my. Did you get my text, yo?
Yeah, he said, I was dazzled by a girl I met at an uncle's wedding. I was surprised by her beauty, her intellectual brilliance, and I was bowled over for quite a while.
Bowled over?
I kept thinking about her.
I beat my dick like 4 or 5 times to her pretty face.
The boy said I couldn't pray for a week because she kept popping in my head.
God damn! I wonder what she looked like.
Probably not.
She probably. Well, I mean, how bad do you think she was when you can't even pray? When you can't. Have you ever had that problem, Mario, where you couldn't mix a lot because you was just thinking about a woman?
Oh man, man. You see what's out here on these streets, man.
Yeah,
man.
Hell yeah.
Hold on. All right, hold on.
So wait, what I wanted to do, like, you know, we do the press conferences and shit. I wanted to do a press conference like I was the Pope. Yeah, I just got, what is it called?
Don't be doing no blasphemy now.
You know, that's what I do, bro.
Nigga, could you be upset somebody did some blasphemy about some Muslim shit?
Not as much as him.
I ain't even reading number 2. You better get CJ to do it.
Oh, you ain't even gonna read it?
Nah, I was skipping over it.
You said that, yeah. The number 2 is the funniest question. You ain't gonna do number 2? You a fucking dad. Alright, let me bring it up real quick. We got like 10 minutes left of the show and shit. Hold up. You so fucking dad. Those are the questions, shit. I have shout out to Rico. He did the questions for the press conference. You see number 2?
Yeah.
You gonna read it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, read it.
Hold on. All right, well, we'll make number 2.
And
The first question.
So, I mean, I don't understand what's the answer. What's the question?
I gotta answer it.
He act like he ain't never did this, man.
I know.
You know, when we doing this, you know what CJ be doing.
Drinking, not paying attention. All right, so we're gonna do the press conference with I'm the Pope. Y'all the news people. You ready?
Question 2.
Yeah, you start with question 2.
Jesus, Allah, and the devil.
You gotta read the whole damn question.
Finish this question.
Finish this joke.
Finish this.
So he fucking it up already.
He got to be in character. He's supposed to be Pope Francis,
Why don't you
man.
He don't want to read it because, you know,
he don't get that religious shit.
Yeah, he don't get that.
Finish this joke. Jesus, Allah, and the devil walk into a bar.
Why you gotta do it like a gay person?
I don't know how you want to do it. You're more than welcome.
Give me my fucking
Just pray on it later. You giant.
He said,
I don't know what the fuck you looking at. Read it this way. Read it that way. Fucking it's the question.
The homo voice.
Finish this question. Jesus, Allah, and the Pope walk into a bar. How else the fuck you want me to say it?
He mad as shit.
Dogs get mad.
Fuck him. Go ahead, do this shit right here.
Oh, man.
He's gonna go to hell. He's gonna go to hell, boy.
He ain't gonna do number 2. Fuck him. Go ahead. Do number 1.
All right, Pope Francis.
Yes.
We'd like to know, the public,
Mm-hmm.
all your faithful would like to know, when did you know that you were in the running for the next Pope?
I actually was, I was at a bar.
Excuse me, Pope Francis?
I was having a glass of milk on the rocks. You know, I like to go to bars. I like to stay in that atmosphere. And, I just kind of like to have that nostalgia. I get a glass of milk and I get a shot of whiskey, and I just like to have that shot of whiskey, like to have it smell like that. So, and then my two-way went off. Yeah, I still got a two-way. And one of the priests said to me, "Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and pick you." And I was kind of ecstatic about that shit.
Okay. So recently, there's been some controversy,
Right.
about some feelings you may have had about some women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you love them hoes, Pope?
I do love them bitches. I do love them. You know, of course, with us, we are not allowed to marry. We're not allowed to, congregate with the women. I was recently, well, not recently, but I was once at a wedding, and I seen this bitch, and she was bad, man. I mean, I can't put it into lamer terms than that. This bitch was bad. She had on this orange dress that was hugging her ass like crazy. I don't think she had any panties on. Her titties was pushed all the way up to the top, where she had an outstanding boob line. That boob line was pretty fucking outstanding.
Yo, he really describing somebody in his head right now.
No, actually, I'm not and shit. But I couldn't pray for a week, man. I mean, I went back, when I went back to the house that we, because we got this big ass house where all the Pope people living and shit. The people that's in the running for people. That's in the running for the Pope. We call them the Pope people and shit. That's what we call them. That's what we call ourselves. And I couldn't get this bitch out of my head. I must have beat off like 4 or 5 times, man. I swear to God, I did. And the first 2 nuts was absolutely outstanding. But to be fair, they were the first 2 nuts I had in about 22 years. So they were outstanding. Any other questions?
So, being as though you are the Pope,
Mm-hmm.
you are the
Pope.
final say.
Final say of this motherfucker. Yes, I am.
You would have this answer.
Okay.
Has anyone found Waldo? I mean, you got to know.
I do know.
And the people want to know.
And the people want to know. We found that motherfucker. We did find it. Waldo, right now, currently, we got that nigga slinging rocks. He bringing in that extra money that, you know, when them cheap ass motherfuckers don't want to put no money in the thing. So Waldo is currently slinging rocks. We did find Waldo. Any other questions?
So, you know, this has been some controversial things going on with priests and the Vatican.
I knew this question was coming. I actually knew you were going to ask this question.
And I wouldn't be doing my job.
Of course you would.
If I didn't ask you.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you like boys who like boys? Because the priest sure do.
Well, and let me tell you this right now. I'm not a homosexual. Okay. I do not like boys. I do not like boys who like boys. I do not like priests who like boys. As a matter of fact, I am working on a program instead of having priests just move from sanctuary to sanctuary and kind of hide them. I want them to report right back to the priest's house, you know, to the priest crib, to the Pope crib rather. I'm sorry,
priest mansion,
and to the priest mansion. And I plan on taking care of these motherfuckers myself. I am assembling a team of killers.
Pope ninjas.
Pope ninjas. And I'm gonna give that back to my secretary, Pope ninjas. And we're gonna do something about that shit. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. I think it's disgusting. And if I have to, I will change the bylaws and will allow the popes and the priests to get some pussy, because this shit is just becoming outrageous. I don't think that, you know, if you're gonna be gay, that's one thing, but fucking with little boys, Pope Francis is not gonna stand for that shit. I'm not gonna stand for it at all.
That concludes my question, folks.
All right, okay. Well, shalom to you.
Shalom.
Wrong religion.
That is it?
That's the Pope's Hebrew.
Well, you know, I fucking come here.
You gotta say that shit in fucking Italian.
I don't know Italian.
Yeah, right. You been to mass before?
No.
I've
Have you ever been there?
Yeah, I've been to mass.
I've never been.
I've been to mass. One of my close friends growing up was Catholic.
Is that where they pull the bench out and you get down on the bench?
Man, you kiss a ring, you do all kind of stuff, man.
Oh, that's shirk to the fullest, boy.
Yeah, you do all kind of stuff, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's you know something that always just bothered me is that like Catholic women, Catholic nuns dress like Muslim women.
That about it.
Because when Muslim women do it, it's so strange. But you know, you got people that have been growing around nuns their whole life, and it's fine. They devoted to God.
The looks and stuff. Yeah.
They devoted to God. You know.
I do say. You know, when I noticed it the most, I never really pay attention to it, except for when I'm out with my mom. Right.
Yeah.
And I do this thing. I do something purposely where I kind of trail back or in front, or I kind of try to go in front of it. But it doesn't work that much when I'm in front of it. But I try to gauge the looks and the responses, the body language responses to my mom when she's walking by or she's in certain areas and shit like that. And you would think that people are used to seeing Muslim women out.
You just would think that, but they're not.
And it's almost bothersome. But you know, nobody never really says nothing to her, which would be in their best interest. So, you know. It is what it is. I'd be ready to fuck somebody up in a heartbeat. Particularly when we are, you know, we in the airport and shit, which is, I know the wrong talking to fuck somebody up. That'll be the day, right? Anyhow, it's 9:58. It was, not the college. I was actually kind of nervous.
I gotta get back in the show shape.
Show shape. I know. Yeah, we need to, you know, do some exercise.
CJ yawning over here. My eyes all heavy.
Knock two of these things off, man.
Yeah, we gotta get back in show shape. That's all right. I'll be home again. I'll be home for the summer. Last day of school is June 18th. I'll be home that weekend, so we can start something up that following week if y'all want. But I just wanted to just do this while I was home. I kind of missed doing it, you know, until we found out that CJ was gay earlier in the show. I actually kind of missed hanging out with you guys. I don't know how I feel about it now.
See, that's the problem. All that shit is just fucking you gauging motherfucking sexuality
based on how they feel about gay marriage and shit. Like, how do you really feel?
He's a faggot, no. You want to suck a dick, don't you, no? Let me stop my cousin sleep.
I know.
That's what they be like.
That
anytime you make anything to be like, oh, why this nigga defended him? He must be fucking
gay.
No doubt.
That is how it goes.
But that's not right though.
Okay.
So, but see, that's the trick. some motherfuckers is too weak to say what they when they know shit's wrong because they want to be ridiculed. I don't give a fuck.
So you don't care that me and Ryan think you gay?
Give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I think you do.
Why would I care?
I think if we said it enough, you probably want to fight with us.
I have to prove myself. I probably would. After a while, it would, and not because I'm trying to prove myself. It just get fucking annoying after a while. Don't tell me that's fucking Sean that comes down.
Anyway, well, it's the end of the show. We want to thank everybody who was watching, who did get a chance to watch. We appreciate everybody. Shout out to everybody that logged on. Booker, Celeste, of course, Joy, my man Kenneth. We had a couple other people over there. Kaji, shout out to Kaji out there in Chicago. Thanks for watching. And my man Jake and Daoud and Kelly. Appreciate y'all all for watching. We'll see you guys probably in June.
I know,
right? All right, we out, y'all. Hit the jump.